So in regards to this season, we certainly broke down how you are, the head of the snake in a lot of regards here as the point guard, as you should be. When you're looking towards the overall team aspect, you guys are 13-3. This is an improvement over last year. What was your record last year again?
7-9.
7-9. Okay.
Yeah, so last year we ended up we clinched the playoff berth at 7-4, and then just like anybody, if you're in the playoffs at 7, if you make a playoffs because we won a tournament that gets you automatically in the playoffs. Afterward, It's like, hey, what are we really playing for at this point? We think we can beat anybody. We won 2 tournaments in a row last year, and we finished 7-9.
Oh yeah, the ticket, right?
Yes, we won the ticket at we were 7-4, and then the last 3 weeks just kind of drug on as these teams are fighting for their life, and we're just kind of chilling like whatever. So I mean, it happened, but yeah. 13 wins this year is more than the first 2 seasons combined. We've definitely made a lot of improvements.
Now, judging from last year to this year, obviously you're about to start the playoffs, huge into the journey in sight. You're able to see that mountain that you've been climbing up towards the whole time. In your mind, what is the difference between this year and last year that's giving you this amazing success?
Yeah, the difference between this year and last year is the pace that we're on. So last year, like I said, we lost 5 in a row and we were chilling. Like, we were kind of a cocky team. We thought, nobody could really mess with us. We won 2 tournaments in a row for a lot of money.
Typical Warriors.
We're feeling way too good. So we just kind of chilled for the last few weeks of the season, and we got, shut up by the eventual champs in the semifinals. And now this year, bringing 4 guys back and bringing Slaughter in, Maddie in, and Coach Mike, we've really changed the overall, culture of this place. Like, we've really gone into, every day we're taking every day serious. After we just played 4 hours of scrimmages, we were still in there watching film afterward as a team. This is we got 15 days left to really either make it or break it. Like, it's a lot of money on the line, and we really haven't made our mark. Even though we're 13-3, we have been all right in tournaments so far. So this year I'd say our mentality is just much better. Like, we're really locked in right now.
And as I recall, you guys fell to the eventual champions, who were the Minnesota Timberwolves. And Dr. Tom, you felt some kind of way about that, as I recall.
No, I was just happy for the good people of Minnesota that at least one team that could win a championship there. I want to see the Warriors win the thing, but I was like, well, you got to suffer through Karl Anthony Towns' play with your NBA team. At least your eSports team can do something.
You are so cruel, Dr. Tom. You're so cruel.
That's what the doctor's for. But I'm looking at the standings. And heading into the playoffs, and you see a lot of these records, and the Raptors team, they're 16-0. How the team goes 16-0?
Yeah, they're 16-0, and they've won both of the tournaments up to this point.
Is this like one of those things where they have ringers on there or something, or they have people genetically bred to be the great players? I don't know.
There's a lot of theories about because it's remote play. It's just a lot of factors going on. Everybody's different. There's a lot of conspiracy theorists, but I'll give them credit. They're a great team. It kind of stinks because they've been indirectly taking my money this whole year. We haven't gotten to play them yet in the regular season or in either tournament. And we won't see them unless we make it all the way to the finals. So that's been on our mind, for however long. All those teams you see in the top of the standings have gotten their shot to play the Raptors in the regular season or the tournaments. And I just feel like personally that we have a dynamic that they haven't played yet, which stinks because we've lost to those other teams before getting there. So you really can't, I can't say we'll beat them for sure, but I really do feel like in our times we practice against them, and I feel like we match up really, really well with them, and I hope we get a chance, because I feel like if we get our chance, we won't miss our shot for sure.
If you could, for our viewers, if you could do a little, scouting, put your scouting cap on, what would you say makes that team undefeated?
They just shoot the ball at a crazy clip. So there was, and I don't know the reason why. That's what I was saying to Dr. Tom. If you look at so I've been nominated for a few Player of the Months. If you look at the Player of the Month category, it was Kenny Got Work shoots 70% from 3. I shoot 50. These other 2 guys shoot 50. It's just these guys just don't miss open shots. So, it's hard to play defense. A lot of your stops sometimes in 2K is going to be, that guy just mistimed his release. So, that's a free stop. We didn't really play defense. That guy just missed. Versus the Raptors, they don't miss those same shots. So that's about a, 10 to 12 point difference. And I think they've won their games by an average of 18 points this year. They've been, beating the hell out of some teams.
An average of 18 points?
Yes. So I think they averaged 84 and they gave up 66 or something for the season. So like I said, that's the difference. Those guys just do not miss. Like it's hard to compete when you guys are missing the same shots that they're making, and it just is what it is. Hopefully we'll just get out to the shooters and make it a good contest.
Okay, but now I know you got the antidote, baby, because look, after the Raptors beat the Warriors in real life, we got to get our revenge. So tell me, what are you prepared to do to go into Jurassic Park and get a W?
Yeah, well, we do have to win 2 rounds before, but if we do win the 2 rounds before and end up playing them, it's gonna be for all the marbles. I'm probably gonna be second in MVP voting. I've been second in all these like Player of the Week, Player of the Month votes behind Kenny Gottwerk, the point guard for the Raptors. So it's really a lot of build up for me personally. I feel like I've been this guy that's been put underneath another person who I do feel like I'm still better than to this day. I'm really confident if we do get the chance. But like I said, we got to get through the Bucks and we got to get through whoever playing the second round. But if we do end up playing them, I'm supremely confident that we do it for sure.
Well, if you do it, guess what? I'll be tweeting, "Oh my God, they killed Kitty, those bastards." So I guess my next question is, obviously, as looking way down the road, hypothetical matchups. But in the meantime, y'all have a pretty solid matchup coming up. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, so the Bucks, they're a team that mirrors us in a lot of ways. They shoot a lot of threes. They play good team defense. They have 2 top guards. So, like I said, we're one of the only teams that have a top point guard and a top shooting guard. And me and Beast Move, but they're right there with us. Reg has had a great rookie season for the Bucks. He's on MVP finalist in his rookie year. Great player. And then A-Rooks, he made all NBA or all NBA2K League team last year. So those 2 guys are great. And it's gonna be a really good matchup. I don't think either team will probably walk out of there, thinking, "Oh, that team we just played is not a good team." Like whoever wins is gonna be like, "We just won a dogfight. It should be a good series for sure."
Gotcha. And at your position, who do you feel are, I guess, your biggest rivals or the guys you love to see at the point guard position? Because obviously in 2K, Dr. Tom and I know every time we play a team game with a whole bunch of guys 5-on-5, everyone's dying to be the point guard. And usually they're trash. So for you guys at the level you guys are on, we're talking about the best of the best cream of the crop. Who are the guys you look at and go, "Wow, I like his game"?
Yeah, so it's like a rubber match in baseball. When you play these other top point guards, it's like it's Reg versus CB13, or it's like Mom on that man on the Blazers versus me. Like those are the games where I'm getting up for. Like if he scores 35, I gotta score 36, make sure we win the game. Like this guy, we're gonna play good defense on him for sure, but some of these guys are just really good at their craft and they're gonna get off. Like it is what it is. Like if you're in the NBA too, like Damian Lillard's getting trapped at half court. Like you have to stop these guys in some capacity. So when I go into these, it's Reg for sure, the guy we're playing with the Bucks. Kenny, who just moved to point guard this year. I haven't played him yet at point guard, but I'd love to. Mama on that man, I've played 4 times. He's one of these guys I've looked up to since I started playing 2K. He's a great player. Bear the Beast from the T-Wolves. He's another great point guard. He won last year. So, all these guys who are, mentioned in these Player of the Week, Player of the Month combos, it's always fun to play against them because not only is it Warriors versus Bucks, guess for this instance, it would be me versus Reg. Who's going to get off more? And this is it. This is really, who's better will be determined by who plays better in these series. That's genuinely how it is. So, it's really time to perform.
So you're obviously displaying this, knowledge of this game and how to play it. And so I'm always interested in kind of going back and what leads someone to doing this. So when you were a kid, I think with most of us, that's when any love of video games really started.
Yeah.
What did you like to play the most when you were kind of first putting your feet into the proverbial water here?
Yeah, honestly, I didn't play games when I was little. I started playing video games when I was 13.
Wait,
14.
no, CB, hold on. Did you hear what you said? When I was little, I didn't play games.
Easy layup, no games.
I didn't play games. This is a job. This is a job for me.
This man the MVP.
Well, no. I did sometimes, but when I was little, I was just travel a lot for basketball and baseball, so I didn't play as much video games. But when I turned 13, 14, I started playing a lot of Call of Duty and Madden and 2K. And really my little brother was like, "Hey, can you come play this 5v5 mode with me and my friends?" I'm like, "Okay, sure." I wasn't even thinking anything of it. And I was like, dang, I'm pretty nice at this. I'm pretty good for my first few times playing. And, after that, it kind of becomes it's really a craft, to be honest with you. I was not as good as I am right now as I was 3 years ago. I was pretty, if I look back and played myself 3 years ago, I'd be like, this kid stinks. Not even close. So you kind of get obsessed with it. You want to be the best. So even last year, I averaged 11-7, And people were like, this guy's maybe not the top tier of point guards. He's not Mom That Man. He's not, I guess Reg now is in that comp. He's not Kenny Got Work. And that was something that, like I said, Rustin challenged me. And to me too, it's one of those things where I'm like, I want to be this guy. Like if I'm doing this, I want to be the best at it. I don't want to just be average at it. So, I really got obsessed with getting better, and that's kind of where it's led me. It's just, the obsession of getting the best.
That's beautiful, man. I mean, you sound like real Last Dance-ish right now, okay? You sound real taking it personal-ish right now.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just, everyone wants to be, like, nobody wants to be okay at what they do. Anything you do, you want to be the best at. So that's kind of, similar.
Okay, so what advice do you have for regular common folk? Now, again, I'm telling you the truth right now. Like, if you look at my resume, I've been playing 2K for over a decade. You know what I'm saying? I take it serious, but at the end of the day, I don't take it as seriously as you, sir. So I need some tips because I'm going to, for real, demand a trade. If Dr. Tom keeps selling me out like that, you saw what he did in the clip.
Why'd you just leave? Just leave. You gotta go. Don't talk to me like that.
Well, so if you're playing,
I want to embarrass my man like that. Dr. Tom actually does a hoop in 2K. He's a killer, but Draymond and KD, it's friction a little bit sometimes. It's all good. But what was the advice you have for us, sir?
Who's KD? Who's Draymond?
I'm definitely Draymond. For sure.
All right. No, but I mean, for 2K tips, I just say if you're playing regular 5 versus 5, like if you were to play Dr. Tom, it's just really taking care of the ball and taking good shots. I mean, a lot of the principles in 2K are kind of common, in basketball. You don't want to, turn the ball over. You need to take good shots. And really, like, main thing about 2K is keeping composure, to be honest with you. Like, if you say Dr. Tom's up 8-2 versus you, you're like, damn, like, you're really, like, angry, like, trying to catch up. You really just got to stay composed and, take every possession at face value. That's my main thing. And, my coach Mike always tells me, if we're getting flooded or we're getting beat up on in the scrimmage, he's like, yo, just chill. Like, you're good. Like, let's keep it going and, keep even keel the whole time. That's my main advice.
First of all, that's beautiful advice. I can't wait to read your book in 20 years from now on 2K and life. And Dr. Tom actually wrote a book about the 2018 Warriors championship run. Dr. Tom, what was the name of that book again?
It's called Golden Age. It's up here on the really to the 2018 NBA champion Golden State Warriors.
Right. So I can't wait to read this book about this year when you guys take the 2020 title, the coronavirus title. You guys, first of all, the fact that you're so locked in, considering that you haven't been home since February, is pretty insane. Could you just tell our viewers about that a little bit? What's the mindset there?
Yeah, I mean, so at this point, it's kind of like, if we don't win, why was I out here for 5 months? You know what I mean? That type of thing. Like, it's like, at this point, there's 15 days left, and I have to be more locked in for these 15 days than I have been for the last 5 months. It's like, if we lose to the Bucks, it's nothing short of a failure. We're a type of team where, 13-3 is cool for your average 2K team, but we're under that Warriors moniker of like this. We're supposed to be the best team. Like, if you look at all the preseason standings, and to our credit, we were a top 10 team in all these preseason standings, and we're like the only team who's still up there right now from those top 10 preseason standings. Like, a lot of these teams are at the top. Yeah, I can send you something, but it's like the top 10 people for the community projected are all like, the other 9 are nowhere to be found in the top, and we're like the only one who's just, consistently going through it. And actually, I think, now it's true. Last year's Final Four contenders, we're the only one who's made the playoffs for the top 10. Like, the other 4 who were in the top 4 last year are not in the playoffs this year. So we're a type of team where we're really, we consider ourselves like the cream of the crop. We want to win the whole thing. So you got to be locked in when all this not pressure, but really the culture of, we're the Warrior, we're the team that's supposed to be doing this stuff, and we really got to, make our mark. And, seeing a team like the Raptors, like Dr. Tom mentioned, really does. I mean, it's cool, like, it's great for the league, but obviously every other team, all 22 teams are like, this kind of pissed me off. Like, this is my profession, and these guys are just walking all over everyone. Like, that's really another thing that has you so engaged and locked in for this.
Totally, man.
When you hear when you take greatness and you add that bit of hunger, that's a hell of a combination, and that's all I'm hearing from you is that you've got the talent, you've got the skills. We saw these clips, but you've got that hunger and that chip on your shoulder. I mean, we saw
it. The team does. That's the thing. Like I was saying, it's not just me. Like, we really, like, everyone. If I were to hit the team chat up at 2 a.m. on a Saturday, guys would be like, all right, let's go watch this. Like, this is like, everybody wants to win this. So, like, more than anything they've probably wanted in a while, maybe not in their life, but yeah.
No, for sure. And in fact, I would love, just real quick, if you could let the viewers know who your teammates are, who your coach is, and you can kind of let them know the love you have for them as your teammate.
Yeah, so I mean, at shooting guard, we have Beast Move, one of the best scorers in the league. He was, like I said, top 7 in scoring last year. Small forwards gradient. He's probably the best underrated now lockdown. Last year, he was, universally regarded as the best lockdown in the league. All defensive first team type of player. And then at power forward, we have Maddie and Jin. They both, they switch depending on what we're feeling. Both of them bring great energy at the 4 spot. You really don't need crazy numbers from the 4, but it's really a guy who's like going to be that, foundation of your team and keep everybody level-headed. So that's really what they do. And then Slaughter, he didn't make he was in season 1 with the Utah Jazz, and he's another guy that's got a same chip on his shoulder. He didn't get redrafted for season 2. He was left out. And now he's coming back we picked him up first round, 20th pick. And he, like I said, 2nd in rebounds, 3rd in blocks. This is another guy who's, trying to prove himself, and he's really proved himself this year. He's been playing well. And then Coach Mike Check, he's from the Santa Cruz Warriors. He's the coach on the Santa Cruz Warriors, and he's a great guy. He's really, instilled this, culture to this team. Like, no one's taking a day off. Nobody is, hey, let's not practice today. We want to go to the beach or something. It's like, this is work, and we got to really do it. Even though it's a video game, it's really like, we have a great mentality this year going into the playoffs.